Now on WCCO News, a moment to hold tight to the memory of a public servant.
She was a great gift to the state of Minnesota.
Grieving as a family who's lost a leader, looking past the political violence.
It's beautiful and at the same time so incredibly sad.
I did not know her, but I read up on everything that she's done, and I just needed to be here.
She just was a wonderful person.
Honoring their lives and lasting legacy.
We honor people who do great things in this world.
Former President Joe Biden came to pay his respects at the Minnesota Capitol today. His presence, a symbol of how much this political assassination is being felt across the entire country. Thank you for joining us. It is a solemn day in Minnesota.
There has been a long and steady stream of people paying tribute to Speaker Emerita Melissa Hortman and her husband Mark, along with their dog Gilbert. We have team coverage at the Capitol, starting with Esme Murphy. Hi, Esme.
Go, Esme.
Right now, you can see some of the people leaving here. They had just paid tribute to Mark and Melissa Hortman. I can tell you that this was a day of firsts here at the Capitol. She is the first woman to ever lie in state. They are also the first duo to ever lie in state, or couple. And Gilbert, certainly the first dog to lie in state. Gilbert's urn and floral tribute lay in the center of the two caskets, each adorned with their own flowers. A canine honor guard was at each side of the display. Among the last mourners, former President Joe Biden, who first greeted one of the service dogs who had been serving as part of the honor guard. Biden then walked to the caskets and made the sign of the cross, and then grabbing two posts, genuflected briefly before the memorial. Among the earlier mourners, Governor Tim Walz and First Lady Gwen Walz, followed by GOP House Speaker Lisa Demuth. Then came Senate Majority Leader Erin Murphy. Dignitaries like St. Paul Mayor Melvin Carter wiped away tears in front of the caskets, as did Senator Scott Dibble. The display of trees, a nod to the Speaker Emerita, who at every turn used her considerable influence to plant them, including more than 100 on the Capitol grounds. Most who came didn't know Hortman personally, but still felt a connection.
As I've gotten to know who she is, I feel like we could have been best friends.
A not sorry sign amidst floral tributes outside the Minnesota House referred to one of Hortman's career-defining moments. In 2017, seeing white male legislators playing card games off the House floor while female legislators of color spoke, she broke up the card game in a House floor speech. When male legislators demanded an apology, she responded.
And I'm really tired of watching women of color, in particular, being ignored. So I'm not sorry.
She would soon become Speaker, leading an historic 2023 legislative session full of progressive wins. She remains forever an inspiration to so many, like this young attorney.
She was someone that we looked up to, that all of us looked up to. She fought for what she believed was right, even when it wasn't easy.
Now, the 35W bridge will be lit up in green to pay tribute to the Hortman's love of trees. And as Melissa and Mark Hortman's two oldest kids said, that if you want to honor their parents, plant a tree, pet a dog, preferably a golden retriever, but any dog will do.
All right. Thank you, Esme. Reg Chapman has been talking with the people who came to pay their respects today.
Reg, what have you been hearing from them?
Well, Frank, people with heavy hearts stood in line to bid a final farewell to a true public servant. Now, people we spoke with today say Melissa Hortman is their shero, someone who was not afraid to tackle the tough issues, all while making sure to respect the people that she served. Line was long, but it didn't stop Minnesotans from waiting to honor a beloved public servant.
She meant a lot to the state of Minnesota, and she did a lot of good things.
Speaker Emerita Melissa Hortman's commitment to the people of Minnesota will be missed. Everyone we spoke with say her ability to hear the people she represented and act to make their lives better is what made her special. They felt obligated to pay their respects during her public viewing.
She was very supportive of the issues that dealt with the broader community. I mean, she was really committed to that. And so that's the reason I'm here, because she, as she said, she was a shero. She just took on issues and stuck with them. It wasn't a part-time job to her.
For more than 2 decades, Hortman dealt with tough issues in the legislature with grace and humility.
Smart, strategic, and respectful and empathetic.
She and her husband Mark also remembered for their commitment to helping others.
The Hortmans did so much for the state of Minnesota and for the Democrat Party, and their dog Gilbert was wonderful. There's so much time and effort that's putting into training these Helping Paws dogs, and it just broke my heart. Being a golden owner and a golden lover, I just felt that I needed to bring him and share the love.
Carla Peck and Ollie say they could not think of a better tribute to Hortman than to stand with other Minnesotans to honor her. This long line says job well done to a servant who will be truly missed. Now, many brought their children here today to show them how important it is to find the helpers in your community to make sure you honor them. Today, there were lots of parents and kids doing just that. Frank and Amelia.
Okay, Reg, thank you. A private funeral for the couple will be held tomorrow. Amelia and I will co-anchor our special coverage here on television and streaming on CBS News Minnesota, and that will begin Saturday at 10 a.m. We just received this update from State Senator John Hortman and his wife Yvette. They were also victims of that political shooting. As you can see, former President Joe Biden stopped by the hospital for a visit today. This is the first image that we've seen of Senator Hortman since the shooting. The message that they're sending is John's condition continues to improve.